Something you don't know about me is that I'm on the hunt for the perfect skin tint, and today I thought we'd do episode 1 of a new series where I test out skin tints and we find one that just fits the bill. To quickly address the elephant in the room, these little red patches. I think I had an allergic reaction to something. I've never had allergies in my life, but I'm presuming that's what happened because I woke up yesterday and everything felt kind of swollen and unhappy. I don't really want to hear diagnoses on them in the comment section, I'm afraid, unless it's genuinely interesting and constructive and you're going to phrase it in a way that doesn't sound like I'm going to die. Because whenever I post with any type of skin flare-up, my inbox becomes a scary place to be in. Today we're testing out the Makeup Forever Superboost Skin Tint. Now, I generally like Makeup Forever's complexion products. The only thing that limits me with them is finding my color. This has intrigued me because on everyone I've seen this on, it looks incredibly glossy and glowy, which, as we know, is one of my favorite textures for a base to be. So we're not testing it with a primer because I generally don't wear a primer. I'm a big believer in really good hydrated skin prep functioning as my primer. I will probably just apply it with my fingers, I fear, because I feel like that's just how I would apply a skin tint. And let's see what we're working with. I think I applied a little bit too much on this side, but let's just work it in, shall we? So this is one layer up close. Pretty juicy. I'm going to see if I can layer it up slightly to get a little bit more coverage. I like my skin tints to have a buildable aspect to them, though I never expect them to hit like a solid medium coverage, right? Come on, buddy. I do have questions about this packaging because in theory I like the idea of a squeezy tube, but this little accordion bit at the bottom just makes me think that product's gonna get trapped in there over time, which is not something I worry about when I start a foundation, but would be something I'd worry about towards the end. Texturally, this is interesting because it kind of does the same thing that MAC Face and Body does, where it starts quite liquidy and then as you're working it in, it kind of gets like a tack to it, or it gets more grippy. It definitely sets down upon the skin, which is a good thing for a skin tint. Now that I've blended most of it in with my fingers, I'm just gonna go once over with the sponge to ensure everything's really seamless. Now I'm just going to apply the rest of my makeup and we can get into the wear test. Though it should be noted that the moment I mentioned face and body, my hands, that like textural memory really kicked in. This is maybe not identical, but it is very similar to those who are a fan. Or not a fan, at least you know what you're getting into. I repurchased the Natasha Denona High Gen Concealer. I fear this one is just very good. We're doing very simple makeup today because I'm filming for YouTube, which is why I'm here, horizontal. And I love you guys because I feel so free on this app. If I don't post in like the fullest of glam on TikTok, the algorithm has a heart attack. Whereas here, I kind of feel like you guys are here for me. And if you're not, lie to me. Thank you. I can't find the Westman Atelier contour stick that I use every single day. And I know I have a lot of makeup, but there are some things I only keep one of because that one is so good that I never need a second, and the Westman Atelier is one of them. I just powdered, still really pretty. Unfortunately, the moment I powdered, that little patch came straight back up. And it's not like it like got more aggressive because it's just kind of there at the moment, but it became more apparent. I wish there was a way I could just skip powder. Sometimes the skin looks so pretty unset, but it wouldn't last. I would be a transfery wet mess. My bangs are kind of doing whatever they want today, but my wife did say that she thought they looked like Aerith's bangs from Final Fantasy, which is a high compliment from her. This is the finished look. This is what she looks like up close. All the powders went down really beautifully over the top. The blush, nothing felt like it lifted, nothing shifted. She's very nice. I shouldn't be surprised. I generally enjoy Makeup Forever's complexion. Let me show you what she looks like in natural lighting, because I always say natural makeup looks better in natural light. Do you see what I mean? Not only does it just look a lot nicer in natural lighting, but you can also see how it's sitting a lot better. I love that you can see my freckles. I love the way this is looking. Let's see how it wears though, because that's really where the test begins. It is 10:30 right now. I will catch you on the flip side, wherever that flip side may be. This is our first checkup. I'm doing it in natural lighting. We're at the 4-hour point for the skin tint. I look really glowy, even for me. And I am quite a dry skin type, so that's something you're going to want to keep in mind if you are oilier skinned. Something to note, this isn't a fantastic match for me. This was the lightest shade that they had. It is pink, but it looks like it's pulling quite golden now after a couple of hours of wear. My body is quite green. I once had myself referred to in an olive subreddit as is it lichen or lichen? Moss green, which I take as a compliment. Also, I'll hear nothing about the fact that I look sweaty. I am sweaty. I live in Australia. It's warm. It's 80% humidity. It is a good test though for how this is gonna hold up. I'm curious to see if it'll separate around the lip over time, but I'm not seeing much separation elsewhere. I'm not even seeing that much settling. 4 hours. Not looking bad, just kind of shiny. Oh, and an excellent test of how something is wearing is what's happening around my nose pads. I think that's pretty standard. There's a little bit of clumping, which I don't love. You can kind of tap that out. That's fine. I'm fine with that so far. I'm feeling pretty good. Not like this is perfect, but pretty good, which isn't bad. For those of you who I can already hear being like, but I can't see how the foundation is wearing, you're too far away, the lighting, the blurring, da 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 da. This is unfiltered skin. This is what it looks like at the 4-hour wear mark. Good signs I'm seeing no fading at the blush, which is usually the first thing to go. It is still quite set wherever I put the loose powder. Yes, I am sweaty. I'll see you at 8 hours probably. 6 hours. Here is the skin tint under slightly different lighting, slightly more imperfect lighting. It is getting quite dewy and glossy around the nose, which means my glasses are slipping down more, and that means we're getting more sort of lifting and transfer here. There's no real hack that you can use to stop that transfer at the nose pad from happening, but from a reasonable distance, this still looks really nice. This looks really nice. What year is it? I had a nap. We're officially a little past the 8-hour update mark, which is usually like a fantastic judge generally of how a makeup product will wear. Like you can kind of see the trajectory as things go. I mean, look at that, right? I'm starting to maybe notice like a little bit of heaviness in areas I would expect creasing in. So in my smile lines and a little bit beneath the eyes, but... So, how do you judge the perfect skin tint? She gets good marks in wear. She gets pretty decent marks in buildability. I do think that she is slightly too slick over the course of the day. Like this kind of, this much transfer on the nose is only caused because of how glowy she's become and my glasses sliding around. Which maybe that takes a slight point away. I can always mitigate that with more loose powder, but you don't want to use a ton of loose powder if you want this like pretty finish thing that we've got going on. I don't have a perfect color because the shade up from this was too dark. And I think that undertone problem is going to be a problem for other people as well. Like a 7 out of 10. You tell me if I'm wrong. I mean, you will tell me if I'm wrong. Tell me what you'd rate it. And then maybe once we've put all of that together and I've figured out an actual rating system, probably should have thought that through before I started this, we can then use that as the baseline going forward, because I want to do more reviews and I want to look at more skin tints. And while she's good, while she's pretty dang good, I don't think she's perfect. We're not quite there. We're close. But I think we can do better. Maybe I hold makeup products to impossible standards, but I fear when you're paying like what, $69, $70 Australian dollars for a skin tint, you better hold her to high standards. You better expect greatness from her. Well, anyway, I still like her. I'm still probably going to wear her and play. You all let me know what you think. She fell off. You all let me know what you think. I will listen, I will hear, I will vibe. You've seen my base plenty, and here it is. No filter, no nothing. Let me know if you've got any recommendations for excellent skin tints or just complexion recommendations in general. It is potentially my favorite genre of makeup to play within. Nothing delights me quite like a beautifully put together complexion product. I love you all so much. I mean, I know you'll let me know what you think of everything, but if there's anything you want to see from me, drop it below. Say hi. I will see you another time. I hope if you try out this product, you get a little sample pot to ensure that it works for your skin type and for your vibe, instead of just buying the whole thing, because not everyone should be impulsive like me. And I'll see you another time. Bye.